what is the APC exam and why is it required to, go to Australia to register there as a physiotherapist?
So the practitioners, the overseas physiotherapists who have not graduated from Australia, and if they want to migrate to Australia and practice as a registered physiotherapist over there, they have to undergo this APC exam process.
What is the visa process, and how do we get the visa? What is the whole criteria? So please tell us a little about that as well.
So you can go on work visa. It's very simple to get. Your employer will give you the work visa, or your supervisor can help you get the work visa. Go there, practice.
Hello all physiotherapists, welcome to another episode of Academically's podcast. I am Sunidhi Shahi, your host, and we know that you have a lot of questions regarding the physiotherapy council exam, the registration process, eligibility, clinical exam, and all of these. So today we will be talking on the top FAQs on the Australian Physiotherapy Council exam and the process of registering as a physiotherapist in Australia. Today's podcast aims at answering all of those questions and busting all of your doubts. Today we have with us once again Dr. Sonal, the program manager at Academically, who knows the APC registration process in and out. So welcome to the podcast, Dr. Sonal, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello Sunidhi, thank you for calling me.
Yes. So how are you, Dr. Sonal? After a long time, we are doing a podcast once again. So how are you?
I am fine, Sunidhi. All going great, and I hope you're also doing fine.
Yes, I am doing great. So let me begin by asking you few questions, related to the APC, and we will start with the most basic one, that what is the APC exam and why is it required to, go to Australia to register there as a physiotherapist?
Okay, so regarding the APC exam, APC is full form, but let's start with that. It's Australian Physiotherapy Council exam. So the practitioners, the overseas physiotherapists who have not graduated from Australia, and if they want to migrate to Australia and practice as a registered physiotherapist over there, they have to undergo this APC exam process.
Okay. And just my second question, that what is the eligibility criteria to apply for the APC assessment process?
Well, Sunidhi, it's very simple. Like any other foreign licensure exam, you just have to finish up with your entire BPT degree, or an MPT could also do. MPT is more better. But after that, you need to be a registered physiotherapist in your home country. These are the two criteria. That's it.
Okay. And we usually have heard a lot on, all of the YouTube videos from Dr. Akram, from you, that, interim certificate is very important. So what is the interim certificate and how does it help in becoming a registered physiotherapist in Australia?
So basically, interim certificate is the validation, is the certificate which you get from the Australian Physiotherapy Council, which states that yes, you have finished up with your degree and you are a registered practitioner in your country. So what happens is, about, like if I talk about ADC or AMC also, the first and foremost process is the initial documentation process. So it's a part of the initial documentation process. You submit your documents, right? There's a small cultural safety training about which we'll be talking as well, small video module training. After that, you get an interim certificate, right? So an interim certificate states that yes, you are a registered physiotherapist and you are fit to sit for the APC written assessment and practical assessment.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that. So now that you just talked about the documents, obviously documents also plays a very important role in going to any other country. So what all documents are required for the eligibility assessment and how does this whole process usually takes?
So basically, the whole process is very simple. You just have to go to the APC website. We at Academically also provide you a guidance for the documentation process, apart from the written examination, coaching prep. So you basically require a passport size photograph. Your passport is really important. Your transcript, which is basically the consolidated mark sheet, right? Then you require the registered certificate from if you are from India, then you need to produce the certificate from Indian Association of Physiotherapists. So these are the basic documents which we require. Your degree certificate also. And once you put it up, once you upload it for the APC council, the council goes through it. You have to get the cultural safety training done, after which you get the interim certificate and you are fit to sit for the APC written assessment.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Sonal. So moving to my next question, that what is cultural safety training and how can physiotherapists successfully complete this?
So basically, if you talk about cultural safety training, so we are obviously APC is for the Australia country, right? So Australians, or rather the Australian Physiotherapy Council, is very keen to make the overseas practitioner understand the importance of their culture.
Okay.
And they are very, very clear that if you are migrating to Australia, you should be well aware of the cultural developments and the culture which is followed right now. So cultural safety training is just a method to be, more prompt about their cultural, and to let the overseas practitioner know that this is what we have, and this is like the Australian Aborigine culture and the other things. So basically, cultural safety training is nothing but on the APC website, like suppose once your initial documentation is done, it's a part of that.
Okay.
You get 6 videos. 6 modules are there. 6 videos are there. Some videos are of 10 minutes, some are of 1 hour, or something like that, differs. And after you finish up with the 6 videos, there's one final assessment MCQ, right?
Okay,
which will test your knowledge that whether you have gone through the videos or not properly. And in that, you need to score 80% of the marks. So if you're scoring 80%, it's very simple. Okay, it's nothing very typical. Scoring 80% is very simple. So go through the videos. If you watch the videos, you get 80% on the assessment, and you get a cultural safety training certificate after that.
Yeah. So I think it's all a very easy and smooth process if you have all the documents and a good experience, good degree, like all the valid things. If you have it, it's not going to be a very difficult process, if I'm not wrong, Dr. Sonal.
Not at all. Not at all.
Right. So now coming to, the key components as well, that what are the key components of the APC written assessment, and how can candidates prepare for it effectively?
Okay, so for the key components, there are 3 key components. I repeat, 3 key components. Number 1 is your neuro. Neuro is a subject of physiotherapist. All the physiotherapists out here, I'm sure you must be knowing about these 3 subjects of yours. So number 1 is the neuro subject, neurology. Second is your cardiopulmonary, and third is musculoskeletal. So these 3 subject-based knowledge are tested. It's basically a clinical exam. It's a case-based scenario exam. So these 3 key components or key subjects are taken into consideration for the written assessment.
Okay. Now we will just talk a little about the career opportunities also. Okay. So like, what are the best career opportunities that are available after passing the APC exam, and what is the process to obtain a work visa in Australia? Because usually, when we post about our preparation courses, the courses that they have to give, for the APC exam, usually people have this question that, what is the visa process, and, how do we get the visa? What is the whole criteria? So please tell us a little about that as well.
See, Sunidhi, it's again very simple. If you talk about the APC process, you have to first finish up with the written assessment. Once you are done with the written assessment, you have to finish up with the practical assessment, which is conducted in Melbourne. All right. So you can go on a visit visa and you can finish up because the dates are already mentioned earlier. APC exam is conducted 4 times a year. So you have a lot of opportunity. If you don't pass at once, you can go for the second attempt, third attempt, final attempt. It's like that. There's no limit. All right. And if you talk about the visa, so if you get the interim certificate, right, and if you have done your APC written assessment, then you can practice as a trainee physiotherapist under a supervisor. That's called as limited registration. Right? And if you finish up with the clinicals also, then you can practice as a registered physiotherapist. So what happens is after your APC, after your Australian Physiotherapy Council Part 1 exam, you can apply for the different job portals regarding the limited registration under the supervisor's physiotherapy practice. So when you go there and you practice under a supervisor, you get to know about the guidelines of Australia. So passing APC practical exam is very simple.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So you can go on work visa. It's very simple to get. Your employer will give you the work visa, or your supervisor can help you get the work visa. Go there, practice, finish up with the clinicals, and can practice as a registered physiotherapist also. You have 2 opportunities, practicing under limited registration and practicing as a registered physiotherapist.
Okay, I think that was a very clear-cut answer, and I'm sure whosoever is watching us will get a very clear idea on how to, move forward with that. So moving on, I have one more question, that are there any changes or updates in the APC assessment process for the year 2025?
Right now, we just have a very small update. So earlier what used to happen was, if you're practicing as a limited registration physiotherapist under a supervisor, you needed to get the supervisor's grant as an approval. That yes, you are practicing, you are an eminent practitioner, right? These sort of things. There's a certain form which you have to fill up. after
Okay.
1 year or after the renewal processes and all that. So now
Mhm.
that is scraped out. You do not require the supervisor's grant every now and then to prove that you are a practicing limited registration practitioner.
Okay. So now coming to my last question, that how can a structured preparation course like ours, Academically's APC program can help the candidates clear this APC exam?
Very simple, Sunidhi. We have a very structured content,
Yeah.
right? Our entire course is like, first we go with the content part, and then we
Yeah.
have a full monthly revision course for you all, for the recall sessions, the prompt sessions, the Q&A sessions, and all the faculties are APC qualified faculties who have an experience of more than 5 years, who
Wow.
have been working there and who have migrated from their home country to there, and they've
Okay.
established their own clinics.
Right. So they have
the
undergone
job-
through the same journey, like
same
the whole
journey
same
as
journey.
yeah. So yeah, and I'm promising you the course is really good, very effective mocks, and totally on the APC pattern. So it will definitely help the physiotherapist if they come to Academically and want to train themselves for the written assessment.
Right. Thank you so much. So, guys, whosoever wants to connect with us, whosoever wants to, get a counseling session, we would like to tell you that we provide a free 101 counseling session to all of our students. So, if you wish to know more about this course, if you wish to know more about the Australian Physiotherapy Council exam, you can directly reach out to us on any of our social media platform, or you can also check out the link that is given in the description. You can fill out the form and our experts will connect with you. So please do connect and share this video as much as possible, because this is very important. Here we have talked about everything related to APC exam, the clinical assessment, the exam, the fees, salaries, all of the things. So thank you so much, Dr. Sonal, for your insightful answers, because it is very clear for all of us now. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Sunidhi. It's a pleasure always talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching us. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any other questions or doubts or queries, please feel free to comment down below and we will be happy to help you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sonal.